Hey guys, welcome to CobraCast. I'm your host, Coach Rhodes. Today we have the Hooten's owner, Mr. Thomas Thrash, and we're going to ask him a couple questions about Hooten's and, what's going on. Hey Thomas, good to see you.
Hey, good to see you again.
Oh.
Yep.
So question one, what is the one thing people don't realize about how much work goes into getting this magazine out every summer?
Oh, so, we start in January. So January 15th, y'all are in everybody's basketball, all these other media guys. We start football. We start interviewing coaches. We send out questionnaires, getting stats, getting interviews for the spring football.
Right.
And so, it takes over like 8,000 hours to get this magazine out. And so people always think, oh, you're busy, there's football season. No, this is the easiest time we got. This is actually the June and July is insane for us. Just getting the magazine out, making sure everything's correct because, I think we have over 7,000 names that we talk about in the book. And so making sure that we did our best there.
Okay, next question. What is it like for you watching a high school kid open the magazine for their first time and seeing their name in print?
It's really cool because on Twitter we have people ask once we start getting the book, everyone's going, when's it in this store? So we started doing a map, and I started like a Google map, right. And I started highlighting in green the stores that we've been to, and then the text you get, like when you're going to be in Hazen, when you're going to be in Des Arc, it's awesome. So there'll be people waiting to see, waiting at the store. Like when we get there, I'm like, he's on his way. He's got 2 more stops, and then you see there's waiting, which is it's very rewarding and a lot of pressure, because it's great that people want to see it that bad, and we want to make sure it's a good quality product.
Oh, absolutely, man, absolutely. Thank you for that. Question 3: as someone who played, coached, and now covers the sport, you have a unique vantage point on the health of the game. When you look at issues like the rise of 8-man football or the transfer portal mentality trickling down to high schools, what is the biggest concern for the future of Arkansas high school football over the next decade, do you think?
With all the distractions, football takes up a lot of time and work.
Right.
Absolutely. We didn't have TikTok back then. Now, there's a lot of outside factors that it's a lot easier to sit on the couch and watch, and do other sports. And so it takes a lot of work. And so also with the transfer portal, the 8-man is great because teams that struggle, now you can drop to a lower class to 8-man, and it's get more momentum around your program to get more positive, I guess, more excitement around your program because it's a lot more exciting. There's a lot more points, and just get momentum, and then you can get more kids to come out. Because if you're struggling, then the kids see it, they're not going to come out.
Right.
So the more kids come out, the more likely you're going to have a better program. So get the kids out and make sure they're having fun, and then build from there. But for the transfer portal, so we're in Little Rock, and even here in Fountain Lake, you can get other schools too.
Oh yeah.
So when you're struggling a program, and then you've got some young sophomores, as a coach, you can build off those guys.
Right.
Well, now those guys are pretty much trying out for bigger schools. So if I give the example, it was a couple of years ago, Little Rock Central had a good sophomore class, and then those guys had success, and now they moved to Bryant, Parkview.
Yeah.
So then you're coaching kids for other teams. You're coaching these kids up.
That's exactly right.
And it's terrible.
Yeah.
And so, and I don't know what the situation is because they're not transferring for academics. They're just not. People say that. You're not leaving Little Rock Central to go somewhere for academics. It's a great academic school. You're going from somewhere else.
Sure.
And so, and I use them as an example because I'm friends with their coaches, and we talk about this. But no, it's tough, and it's tough on the magazine because now in June, we've got these guys at quarterback here, and then they'll get a call that says, hey, he's now transferred here, but we've got another guy coming in, so now we've got to rearrange the whole article.
Oh, you may run out of time.
Oh.
You may not have time sometimes.
No. I remember the last one we did was last year or 2 years ago. We were sending it it's sent to the printer, and we were like, hey, we got to change this page, and so we removed the quarterback because he went from it was Osceola back to Rivercrest. He transferred to Osceola, and then he transferred back to Rivercrest, and then his backup, which the guy, the OCL quarterback, was in the second paragraph, but we had to reword that because it said so and so is like the starting quarterback. He runs like him, and now we got to change that.
Yeah.
And so okay, we can't put that. And then he's on defense too. Okay, so then you're having to reword it, and that's where all of our mistakes.
You have to add that now.
Yes. So now all of our mistakes are on corrections.
Right.
Like we spent so much time spell check. We have editors and everything doing that. The checking of like, and then when me and Barry are on the fly. I mean we're editing
Painstaking.
on the fly. Like, hey, what's his name? Okay, here's what we're gonna put. And so you do that, and a lot of the guys that get in, I think it was T.J. Hodges. He transferred 2 years ago. He's now at Bryant. He transferred from Mark Tree to Maumelle, and then the day after it was finalized, he went back to Mark Tree. No, so I think he's in the book 2 years ago in Maumelle's article, and so it's like,
there's nothing you can do.
No,
I
nothing.
mean, it's already published.
Yeah, America. Well, dang.
I get it.
So especially when you go early, and so the AAA's made that time period. There's actually like a select time you can transfer, but that's not true. You know, I mean, because then you can move. Because if you move 2 hours away, I mean, if you have a legitimate move, if some kid moves here from Texas,
right.
he should be able to play.
Yeah.
You know, but it's hard to do it on a mass. Like, okay, well, he moved here. He wasn't recruited.
And a lot of people don't think about that.
No, it's so many people that are moved. I mean,
Man.
yes.
It'd be an
And
interesting
we started calculating the number of moves from one school to the other. And I was talking to AAA about it. And I want to say it was over 200 last year or 2 years ago. And that was the ones we counted, and then we stopped counting.
Right.
Like, so it was crazy.
All right. Well, last question. I sure appreciate it. Too,
Oh.
by the way. You've seen thousands of players come through these pages.
Mm.
And is there a specific player or team story from the last few years that they maybe didn't get enough statewide headlines, but personally stuck with you in the definition of what Arkansas football is all about?
Okay, yeah. So there's a guy from Hazen, quarterback from Hazen, a couple of years ago. His name's Luke King. Okay. He was a 4-year starter. Started his freshman year as quarterback, and then senior year. And this is Hazen's first state title run. But week 10 or week 9, they're playing somebody, and undefeated. And week 10, they've got Carlisle, which is their big rival. Right. He ends up trying to go. He comes off the field and like breaks up a fight, and in week 9,
yeah.
And if you do that, you're ejected.
Right.
And so anyway, he gets ejected, and so he has to sit out the first half of the Carlisle game. Which so the whole week it was like everybody was like, oh hey, Carlisle's got to get up early enough to when Luke King comes back, they can't score. And the Hazen guys we just got to keep it close till the second half. And it was like, so we were there, and it was like, I don't know, like the second coming when he came out at the halftime. It was like Michael Jordan had stepped on the field, or Jesus had just walked in. It was he comes in. I mean, but both sides knew it. They were like, we don't. Carlisle was like, that's not enough. That's not enough. He's like, yep, it's over. Anyway, so he ended up being they ended up coming back, and Hazen had given up like 8 points a game and on the season, and they'd given up 25 or something like that in the first half, and they ended up coming back winning, and so he ends up being our Farm Bureau first overall player of the year over guys that.
Hold on. They were down 25. He comes in at the half.
No, I don't know. They gave up 25. I don't remember how many scored. Okay. But anyway, it was enough to where he comes back and wins. So wins the conference championship.
Wow.
And it was they go on to win state, and they go on to beat Carlisle in the state championship again. So they played in week 10. They played in the state championship, and it beat them like 42-7. It wasn't close. And so he ends up being our overall player with a bunch of like Razorback commits in there. You know, like we have SEC players, and he's now in dental school. But it reminded me it's
awesome.
Yeah. So like the goal of that award was who's the game changer, not necessarily the most talented, because colleges recruit you on potential. Right. Well, you know, these award shows, the Farm Bureau award shows, are what you've done. You know, like it doesn't matter what classification, doesn't matter what you do at the next level. It's what you've done for your team and who made the most impact. Yeah, it's like you can't say that literally the teams were trying to hold on just for the second half when he got back. and the other team knew it. They were trying to get up as much as they could before he came back, and so that's the definition of a game changer to me.
Heck
And
yeah.
so that's what high school football. I see him at Hazen games all the time now, and I don't know where he didn't play college football, but he's going to be a dentist somewhere soon. But that's one of my first memories of like a guy that high school football is made for.
That's right.
Yeah,
Well, hey, thank you guys for watching. Mr. Thrash, I sure appreciate you
Absolutely.
coming in. And you guys have an awesome day. Thank you.